I'm ready for this video.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. In today's video, we're going to be fixing our stance that was absolutely just wrong last time.
Yeah, this is super weird because it's totally the end of the video. We just forgot to film an intro, so
we're filming the intro after the fact, so we already know what's going to happen in this video. So basically what's going to happen is we show you guys how to order the right wheels aftermarket, or maybe you modified your car, put on some fenders, wide body kit, and now you don't know what size wheels to get. We're going to show you guys how to do that. In addition to that, there's going to be some random montage footage of us doing some fabrication, because that's what we've been working on for like 2 months now, trying to get an S13 subframe into this car.
yeah, so let's get at it. We're gonna hit the record button and then hit it again and do our outro.
I'm going to explain a little bit about how backspace and offset work, because up until I actually needed to figure it out, I kind of just been going on getting extremely lucky with my wheel fitment for all these years. I never actually knew what I was ordering. I was just ordering crap and it fit on the car. So now that it actually matters, I learned a little bit, and it's actually not as difficult as I thought. So here we go. We're going to start with the Hot Boy example, and this is the wheels that were on the car initially, and these wheels were designed with negative offset. All that means is you got the center of your wheel, right, like where the mounting surface is, and it's 25 millimeters inboard if it's negative. If it's negative, it's inboard. If it's positive, it's outboard. So the car is over here. So negative 25 millimeters, that's about an inch. So on a 10-inch wide wheel, or 11 inches overall, because 10 is from bead to bead, typically the lip adds about another inch. So 11 overall, if you moved in an inch, you have 4.5 inches of back spacing. So from where the mounting surface is to where the wheel ends, 4.5 inches. That gives you with 6.5 up front. So if you only knew the backspace, you could actually figure out your offset, and we're going to lead that right into with the wheels we're going now, because these wheels are going to be measured in backspace. But you don't actually know the offset, but it's easy to calculate because they're components of one another. So we're going down to a 9-inch rim, because we're not going to run stretch tires, because we're actually going to use the car for something. It's going to be on the strip first. We're going to do some passes, the quarter mile. A lot of you know we're going to try to hit 9s. With a 9-inch rim, we should be able to stick 275s on it. We got 225s stretched over a 10. That's definitely Hot Boy. We're not doing that. We're going to do a 275 on a 9, which is proper. That's why we labeled this correct fitment and not Hot Boy. Okay, so these ones are measured in backspace. So when we order them, we're getting drag lights, and they have a 6-inch backspace. So all that means is that the inboard side is 6 inches. That means that the front is 4 inches. On 10 inches overall, all that means is that the mounting surface is now 25 millimeters, or about an inch outboards. Okay, so you have more of the wheel that travels inward towards the car. So when you look at the car, when you looked at it last time, it looked really stupid because the wheels basically started at the fender flares and then poked out. This way, they're going to start at the fender flares and go inwards. So we're going to have a lot more meat under the car. It's going to be more functional. It's going to look proper. So it's all that backspace and offset means. They're basically the same thing. They're just different terms. You could use one or the other to figure out the other measurement, basically. And we'll show you how we got these numbers in particular for this wheel right now. Okay, so I mentioned a second ago that a 10-inch rim is really an 11-inch rim. Here's some proof. These are stretch tires. The outside lip is sitting on this table flatly. I'll use this straight edge as a flat source. This is a 10-inch wide advertised wheel, and you can see very clearly that it's actually 11 inches, and that's because all wheels are measured from bead to bead, and then the lip adds about 1/2 inch on either side. So take that into account when you do the measurings that we're going to show you right now. All right, so if you're wondering how we came about the measurements that are on the whiteboard for the wheels that we're going to want to get, it's basically just measuring things to make sure that everything clears your suspension components with the actual rim itself, and then doing the same thing with the tire, making sure that you have room at the coil and making sure that it doesn't stick out too far. So basically the first thing we want to do is check for the rim clearance. So we line this up at about the 7.5, because it's a 15-inch wheel. And what we want to do is at the top of the rim with the backspace. The backspace is how far inwards it goes. We want to make sure that the rim itself isn't going to hit anything. So we determined that the maximum amount we can safely get is about 6.5. And if you rotate the 6.5, you'll find that it clears all the suspension components. The next thing you want to do is find out how tall your tire is going to be. And for that, what did we determine that was?
26 inches overall.
26, so where does that need to go up to?
13. Half 26, bro.
Yeah, half 26. I can't maths very well. Get that shit out of here real quick, Devin. Alright, so again, we want to make sure that with the 4.5 inches, and now this is also going to be a little bit further, but we have Well, it's 6.5 we did, right?
Yeah.
You can just see that at the top of the tire, there's zero chance of it hitting the coil, so I don't got to worry about that. So the measurement that we're concerned about up here is the front spacing. Now, the front spacing on the tires at the 4.5, we determined to, the 6.5, we determined to be what, 4.5?
4.5 on a 10-inch wide wheel, 3.5 on a 9-inch wide wheel.
Okay, so we're gonna be poking out. So what we're gonna go do is we have some better hot boy flares. So we're still gonna be poking out here. What we're gonna go do is get the bigger flares and see if everything's gonna fit. We're happy with how far inboard we are. We just need to make sure that it doesn't look absolutely stupid. We have stretched 225s on 10s right now, which is not ideal. We'll be able to run a 275 on a 9-inch wide wheel, which is definitely more ideal, and it's gonna be actually functional, especially for the drag strip. So.
I think it needs more hot boy. Yeah, it definitely needs more hot boy. Perfect.
Okay, so what these are actually flares for the Celica you guys saw. Well, for us it was yesterday, but it would have been the last video. And they happen to curve not too bad to the Datsun, and this is going to give us about the inch that we were concerned the tires were going to poke out of the old flares. These are definitely more hot boy. These are 4-inch flares as opposed to 2.5. It's just when you end up mounting them, you realistically only get about an additional inch. So even though these flares are ridiculous, they're not as ridiculous as you might think. The car's still going to look absolutely 100% insane.
That's what we're going for.
That's the point.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the... Some might hate it, some might love it, but it's evolving into its own thing. I think that's the best way that you should build cars. Alright, so today's video was more about actually ordering the right wheels, but we did get some fabrication done. We're not going to finish it today because it's taking a long ass time. We honestly get more done when we don't film, but you guys got to ignore this shit. We got to make more floor. So that's one of the things we did is we started patching in the floor. We're just going to rivet this down. Underneath this, it's all messed up. But we put that on there, made a nice plate that goes around those. And as far as the standoff goes, these standoffs go, we braced it inside to the bolt head and then started sealing it up. Just gotta clean it up. You know, there's a little, whatever the fuck you guys call that. We call them weld beads. I don't know. What do they call it? Splatter? Whatever.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. So we got these nice and melted together. We added this bar for more support. This is gonna be really strong. You can see that this is where the subframe actually bolts to. The only problem is on this side, we had a little bit of drip going here, so we gotta grind that one down and redo it. There's a few welds like that under the car. But we are pretty much ready to patch everything up, bolt it together, put these hot boy flares on, and then we'll have stance that actually makes sense. So I think this is where we're going to leave it off, because you guys saw earlier in the video, we took this down. We took it down to do the fabrication, which we're not done with yet. So we're not going to put it back up for the sake of test fitting these flares, because these aren't going to be, they're for Celica, so it's not an easy bolt on. We got to trim it up, and some of these holes don't line up exactly where we need them to go. So it's going to take a lot more work. This video will be like 30 minutes long, so we're going to wrap it up right now.
Yeah, plus you get a good enough idea with the taped up on there. It's going to look fucking sweet.
Alright, so you guys saw that the original plan was to actually mount the fenders, but we found out that some of the holes don't like line up flush with the body, so we're going to have to make some like little bracket. It's going to be kind of a pain in the ass, so we're going to do that in a different video. Ideally, we're going to get some more footage of, I think that James is getting pretty far into the Super Beetle, so it's probably going to come next, but then by the time you see this again, it will definitely be on the ground, maybe.
We've only said that like 14 times, but this time we're pretty serious about it.
Alright, so Devin's going to pick a winner for this video's giveaway. If you guys are not familiar with the channel, we give away products from boostedshades.com. every single video. Right now is actually a great time to check out Boosted Shades. Shameless plug incoming, guys, because Boosted Shades supports everything we do, supports these projects. It's the only reason why we can keep doing the things that we do. In particular this weekend, because it's Labor Day, we have a sale going. Basically the idea is that we're setting up a clearance section to liquidate everything because 2018 is coming to an end, so there's going to be opportunities to get sunglasses as low as like $7. In addition to that, we got some new products dropping, in particular the frameless shades, which seem to be really popular this summer. Unfortunately, we didn't get them out quite in time for the summer, but they are going to be for sale this weekend. In addition to that, we're going to be doing some mystery boxes. So for a super low price, you can get, if you don't mind getting literally a mystery box, we'll throw, I think we're going to do 2 shades, 3 shades, and some shades and a hat. Like, we're going to have a few different options as far as that goes. So all wrapped up, great time to check out Boosted Shades this weekend. We are doing quite a big sale. But anyways, someone's winning something for free. Devin's going to go ahead and pick that person right now.
Headwall number 66 does not need to go over to Boosted Shades. You still can, though.
You can. That'd be super chill of you. But he wants some free stuff. If you guys want to win some free stuff, oh, by the way, guy who just won, hit us up at Teamboosted at boostedshades.com to claim your prize, and we'll ship you something. But if you guys want to win, all you got to do is like, subscribe, leave a comment. The comment could be anything, but we do ask you guys things at the end of the video. Just to make it easier for you if you can't think of anything.
So this video's question is, have you guys ever bought something for your project that straight up didn't fit?
So yeah, basically the subject of this whole video was how to make sure that doesn't happen, but it could be more than wheels. We've had plenty of things that are claimed to be for a specific model of car, and you buy them online, you wait a week to get them, and then when you go to install them, it doesn't work. That could be the most disappointing thing in the world. Happens all the time though, especially with project cars. So if something like that's happened, you leave that in the comments or anything you want, you're eligible to win.
Yeah, we actually just bought a carburetor for the Yamaha, and it wasn't the right one. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.